Checkmating with 2 bishops in 5 easy steps. Let's go. Step 1. Both bishops on center of board. Includes controlling and occupying the center. Step 2. Position of our king. It should be besides the bishops. Step 3. Motion of bishops. Step 4. Iteration. Repeating the steps 2 and 3. Step 5. Delivering the checkmate. Here is a random position for rolling 2 bishops checkmate. We'll follow just mentioned 5 steps to win. Now as per the first step, we'll first control the center with the help of both bishops like this. Bishop b2 check controlling dark center squares and bishop f3 check controlling right center squares. Then both the bishop occupies the center like this. Bishop e4 and bishop d4 at any order completes our step first. We move to step 2, which says position of our king. For this position should be either c5 or f5. We'll go for c5 option. This step is completed when our king reaches c5 square without moving our bishops, which is simply a step like this. King b2, king d6, king c3, king a6, king c5 and king d6, stopping our king c5 move. In this case, we'll play a waiting move king to b5 and then play king to c5, fulfilling the demand of step 2. Heading to step 3, we are supposed to move our bishops one step closer each, reducing the moving squares of black king. Bishop's movement should be such that opponent king can never attack any of our bishops. For example, bishop e5 is not a good move because black can play king to e6. So the correct way is to play bishop f5 first, and there is no moves for black king to attack our bishop. And after king to f7, we play bishop e5, marking the conclusion to step 3. Shifting to step 4, iteration, which means repeating of a process. Here it means repeating step 2 and 3, which are position of king and motion of bishops. Iteration can be obtained like this. Positioning the king on d6 square, and here black have two choices, going to left and right sides of board. At first, let's explore what happens if black chooses to go towards the S file. King f8 and king g8 both will lead to same position, so we can continue with king f8 and we're achieving iteration like this. Motion of bishops. Bishop g5 first and then bishop f6. Position of king. And in this position, our king should travel to s6 square. Just remember its should. I will explain the why at the end of the video. Our king reaches s6 square like this. And black plays king to f8. We are checkmating on h8, so we should play a waiting move, bishop s5, still remaining on s5 to e8 diagonal. After king to g8, we play bishop e7 and only legal move is king to h8. Remember, bishop f8 will be a stalemate, so we'll play any bishop move on b1 to s5 diagonal. Let's say bishop f3 and black king is finally checkmated like this. And in this position, if black king decides to go near a file, then we'll start with bishop g6 check. King f8 will lead to same previous line, so king e8 is played and bishop e6 check. Black plays its only legal move, king to c8, and we play king to c6, taking the king opposition, you can say. And after king to b8, we have king to c6. Black has final two options left, a8 and c8. But we have same reply for both. Let's say black plays c8, we checkmate them like this. And if king to a8, we'll checkmate them with same moves as shown on the board. Now, I am presenting two most common mistakes on two bishops checkmate. Here, we are just few moves away from delivering a checkmate. But if we play bishop c4 here, then it will result in a stalemate. So we should play a waiting move and win like this. And this is the position from our previous analysis, and if we play king to e7 here, remembering step 2, then it will be a draw, so this was why we moved our king to s6. Now let's move to the final summary section, winning steps. Step 1. Both bishops on center of board. Includes controlling and occupying the center. Step 2. Position of our king. It should be besides the bishops. Step 3. Motion of bishops. Step 4. Iteration. Repeating the steps 2 and 3. Step 5. Delivering the checkmate.